You're very welcome. Thanks for coming. I'm going to say a few words now. Back in the 1980s, Field Day set out to achieve change through the power of ideas and fresh thinking. We began as a post-colonial project, and originally our focus was on culture and politics, but not so much on the environment. It was only much later that our thinking here matured, and that is as true of Field Day as it is of everyone else. In recent years, Field Day has leaned in much more into this field. Turns out that you can teach old dogs for the hard road new tricks. Field Day now, as never before, is aware of the crucial significance of this issue. In my case, my work as an ambassador for UNICEF has brought this issue home to me personally. Look at the state of that. The poor children. When I visited the Global South, I encountered climate change up close and saw the inexorable impact that it is exerting. In Somalia, I met exhausted people who had been literally, not metaphorically, walking for weeks through new deserts, and it brought home to me the most visceral way how the global climate crisis impacts on the most vulnerable people in the world. It just makes you feel so useless and so angry when you look at a mother in the eye who has just lost a child on her journey to the camp that you're visiting, and whose other children are so dehydrated and exhausted they cannot feed. After that eye-to-eye encounter, you can never be the same again. I met this woman. She she had no milk left to feed her child. It's a big tragedy, you know, and it's a tragedy for her and all the children. In Ireland, we have an historical legacy of exposure to colonialism, famine, forced emigration, and centuries of economic exploitation as a source of cheap food for a powerful neighbour. If any country in the modern West should exercise consciousness, empathy, and advocacy on climate change, it should be us. That is why Field Day and the University of Notre invited Amitav Ghosh to Ireland. Amitav is the crucial writer who has mainstreamed climate change within the post-colonial mode. He's a foremost global thinker on how the beginnings of our contemporary crisis can be traced back to the onset of modernity with the emergence of a rapacious global imperial and capitalist system. His compulsively readable book, The Nutmeg's Curse, Parables for a Planet in Crisis, it's like reading a shadow text on Ireland, even though it is set in the Banda Islands in Indonesia. Amitav has alerted us to the vast importance of ecocide, the deliberate destruction of ecosystems and environments. We in Ireland know something of that. As Banda was being depopulated and its unique nutmeg forests cruelly destroyed, at exactly the same time, Ireland rapidly went from being among the most wooded countries in Europe to the least wooded. The great poem Keough uses that destruction as metaphor for colonial and ecocidal damage. Cadianamid fasta gan almad, tajeru naquilcha erlar. What shall we do without our timber? The last of our woods are felled. It's a great honor for me to welcome Amitav Ghosh from the Banda Islands to our green damp sponge here in Ireland. Amitav.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.